is Hotel Eden Palace in Montreux, and in this video we will talk about all the things you can do here, the facilities at this hotel. We will also be giving you a room tour, showing you the balcony, the amenities and the ensuite. We will also show you what a dinner looks like at one of their restaurants and the breakfast buffet tour, as well as some things you can do in Montreux itself. So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so, as it really helps us out. Starting off with the location, so Montreux is a traditional resort town on Lake Geneva, and it is actually nestled between steep hills and the lakeside, and it is very famous for the Montreux Jazz Festival held in July. The hotel itself is actually right next on the edge of the lake, so it is a strategic location facing the lake and the promenade. A beautiful location right next to some shops, restaurants, and actually only about a 10-minute walk from its train station as well. So we got the train to Montreux because we had a Swiss travel pass. We were able to get this journey for free, and we didn't have to pay anything, and we are also able to use all the public transportation, including buses, trams in Montreux itself. You can also walk to the hotel. It is about a 10-minute walk, and this is probably what you'll see when you do walk down there. This is what the hotel looks like from one of the side. This is the reception and waiting area, which is just stunning. There's so many nice plants here. It is just really big. The very first thing you notice is how big it is, and there's a lot of space here. So you'll definitely not be crammed. They've also got a separate, which is a Bella Park waiting area, which just looks very fancy, and it also has these big massive windows, and straight away there's a lot of sunlight coming in. You've got the Alps, the mountain view, and they've also got a swimming pool on the outside, but it wasn't being used because we visited in September and it was a bit chilly, so it was not in operation, but something you could do if you visit during the summer and hot months. So this is one of the terraces outside, and this is the waiting room inside, and the reception is just on your right hand side that you can see over there. But it wasn't busy, and as I said, there's lots of space. There were 2 lifts, one small lift and one large lift, so both the lifts are right next to each other, in fact facing in front of each other. From the swimming pool that you saw outside, they've also got a little sauna area, and you can use this. That is available for all guests. However, it was very quiet when we visited, and they've also got a very small gym. So they don't have large facilities, and I guess that's because a lot of people coming to Switzerland would probably most likely be spending their time outside. But the gym had good facilities there. They also had a shower with amenities outside in case you wanted to use it. Now moving on to the bedroom. So the bedroom has double doors, which is really a unique thing that we've seen here. We've never had a hotel room with double doors, but I guess it's probably to keep the noise out. And this is the bed. So straight away you walk in and you see the bed and the balcony. So we had a standard room with the balcony. There are different rooms. There are rooms without balconies as well. You've got a TV, and you've got a desk, and you've got a working chair, a lamp, and we were also given some water bottles, and they also left a really nice note for us when we first checked in. Apologies for this camera, I don't know why it wasn't focusing at this very moment, but there were also some nice biscuits, and here it is. The management left a lovely note for us, which was very, very kind. And then you've got the ensuite on the other side, and again, I have no idea what was happening with my camera here, but yes, so here it is. There is a bathtub, and there was a dual sink, so a his and hers sink, which I always really appreciate whenever hotel rooms have this. There was also a mirror, the large mirror, but also a small focusing mirror as well. Chandelier, really classic, and the bed was very comfortable, and the balcony. So here you can normally see the mountains, but when we checked in, it was a rainy day and they were completely covered by clouds, and you have some 2 small chairs and a table as well in case you want to have your morning coffee there. We had some ice cream there that same day in the evening when the weather was a little bit better. You've also got got a safe to put in your safe belongings like passport and money. We usually use it for that. There were some hangers as well, some slippers, which was really nice, and a shoe cleaning product as well. The mini fridge had some water bottles. It was empty, and as I've shown you before, this is kind of the working area. Going back to the ensuite, just some of the other things I really liked about it was they did give us some amenities. There were also nicely laid out towels, and it was very, very clean. So I really just liked the feel of this ensuite bathroom, and they also gave us some gowns as well. So really nice, really fancy. It is a beautiful hotel, and it does have that old grand classical style. Especially earlier you saw it had the huge foyers, and even in the bathroom you've got a large mirror, a really tall large window as well, which can be opened by a certain percent, but yes, you can open it, and there's a hair dryer there as well, and there were some glasses and some shampoo and shower gel. The bathtub actually had a really good pressure shower as well, so you could use it as a shower or as a bathtub. Now here it is. This is what the view looks like when there is no clouds, so you can see the beautiful mountains, and just we loved sitting here on the balcony and just looking out at this stunning view, especially seeing the sunsets here. Now going back outside to the Eden Palace Hotel, you've got many different entrances to come back and out in, and all of them are very pretty. This is their garden, this is also where they have one of their restaurants, which we will show you in a little bit. So they've got the outdoor seating area and indoors as well. Some of the things to do around here, well, first thing is, as soon as you come out of the hotel, you are met with this busy promenade. It is busy. It is because it is the walk that people normally do when they come to Montreux. You've got some caravans there with food. You've got lovely trees. We saw some pomegranate trees. You've got stalls. You've got restaurants, Subway, McDonald's. It's all literally outside. They've also got a really beautiful park there as well, in case you just want to go there and just sit in, relax, or even read a book. So you can see it was quite busy, and this area does tend to be busy because it is one of the most famous walks to do in Montreux. Apart from that, other things you can do is get the ferry. So again, if you have a Swiss travel pass, the ferry is free with the Swiss travel pass, and that is something that we do recommend you do. It just gives you a different feel of Montreux itself, especially when you see it from water. So this is one of the boats you can get. Just check the timings out. There's also a casino. It is apparently very famous casino, and it looked very busy with lots of fancy cars outside. So in case that's something you like doing, then you could always visit the casino. They have a restaurant in there too, and you can see it's quite close to the hotel itself. The walks outside were lovely. The sunset was lovely, and we just loved sitting by Lake Geneva, having some ice cream, looking at the ducks, looking at the birds, and just watching the sunset. It was always very busy during sunset, so if you want to sit there and see the sunset, then make sure you go there a little bit before the sunset time to reserve your place. Moving on to the restaurant I was talking about earlier. Now forgive me, I'll probably pronounce this very incorrectly. This is the Gaston, one of their restaurants in the hotel, and we went here to have some early dinner, lunch/dinner, and this restaurant really truly blew our mind away. So we ate vegetarian food here, and we wanted to see what the vegetarian food would look like at this restaurant. We didn't have high hopes, but we truly were blown away by the quality and the amount of different speciality they had. So we got some non-alcoholic mocktails or mojitos to start with, and this is the food layout. We just were blown away. The food tasted really yummy, and we were so full, and we would definitely recommend it for vegetarian food if someone's looking for a place. But they also do non-veg food as well. It's just because we eat vegetarian food there, so we decided to go for this. No matter which restaurant you go to, you are always going to have views of the beautiful lake and the mountains. But this is their breakfast buffet room. I don't know if I can call it a room. It looks like a ballroom actually, because it's so stunning. But this is on a level above the dinner restaurant we showed you earlier on, which was called Chescaston. But Chescaston has outdoor seating area, but the breakfast buffet doesn't have outdoor seating area. It's just indoors. But the room itself is massive. You can see here it is absolutely massive, and whenever we visited or whenever we had breakfast, it was never full. There were plenty of tables available. And so let's give you a bit of a breakfast tour. So you've got the pastry and lots of bread and buns, as you normally do find in most hotel breakfast buffets. There was lots of sweet bread as well. There were croissants, there were different jam flavors. There was the tea section as well as the juice section. They had a couple of juice choices that you could choose from. There were also some nuts and there was some kind of apricots, dried fruit, cereals. There was some other spreads like Nutella as well, and moving on to the hot section, then there were sausages. Unfortunately, we couldn't have them. There were some tomatoes, baked beans, and you could also find some scrambled egg and hash brown, and there were some other kind of boiled eggs. I believe you can request omelets here as well, but you have to pay extra. I know it's not something we'd heard of before either, but unfortunately that's just, I guess, how it is. It might change in the future, but anyway, moving on, you've got the yogurts, you've got some other kind of cold items as well you could choose from. So this is all we had when we went for breakfast there. It was a sufficient choice. We just wish there was more vegetarian options as well. So this was all it. We hope you enjoyed this review of the Hotel Eden Palace in Montreux, and if you did enjoy watching this video, please do like the video and leave a comment down below for any questions you might have, and do subscribe to our channel as well, because it makes a massive difference to us. We are trying to grow a community. And do follow us on Instagram, because we post regular updates on there and photos. So see you in the next video. Take care.